Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Deja Vu here, and here we go. This is the final game from the round of 16. It's going to be Flash versus Seiya, aka Really. Third set. That last game was fantastic. Seiya was all over the place. He was on top of his stuff. That was very, very impressive for him. Now we're going to go to La Mancha, and we've got Seiya in the bottom left. He's going to be in red. I think that's the same as last time, right? Yep, same as last time. And then Flash is going to be in the top right in yellow, mellow yellow. So we'll see what happens in this game. Flash with his 14cc actually got away with it and still managed to lose. Not often that you see that. So the pressure's on Flash to advance out of this game. None of the pressure's really on Seiya. I mean, if he loses to Flash, no one's going to think worse of him. No one's going to be shocked, and except for himself. I'm sure that he feels that he can beat Flash as he did in that last set. But all the pressure right now is on Flash if he needs to advance after subpar finishes in last year's Star League's last round, not advancing to the finals of the OSL or the MSL. First time that's happened in like 3 or 4 cycles, I think, that he hasn't at least advanced to the finals in one, if not both of them. Yeah, not very good by him recently. If he gets knocked out here in the round of 16 in this MSL, that'd be very, very disappointing for him, for Flash fans, for Terran fans, for Ro16 fans, for himself, and overall. So we'll see how he deals with it. Obviously, he's a multiple Star League winner, 5 Star Leagues, I believe, so he can deal with it and should be able to come up with something here and give us a very, very good finishing match. For Seiya, it looks like we're going to have a forward Rex here. Probably he's completed his Rex, his supply depot already. And for Flash, it looks like we have a forward Rex. Not really that forward. Actually, not forward at all. Inside his base. What am I talking about? It's inside his base. For Seiya, we still don't have a Rax build. Okay, never mind. He built the Rax inside of his main as well. That first SCV was out there to scout, looking for proxies, looking for cheeses. Look at that. Look at that. Both of them going to all the spots where you would build, could build somewhere in the middle of the map, and going to go cross position right off the bat. So great game sense? I don't know. It's not really game sense. There's absolutely no evidence for either of them to go to top right or to go cross position, but they did decide to, and that is going to help them out. They're both going to see cloned builds here, so we're going to go and have no advantages here in the early game and see where the divergence occurs. Usually it occurs where one player double fax and one player goes fax starport, something along those lines is usually where the divergences occur. Usually the beginning is just very, very standard with the 1 Rax CCs and things. Nothing too incredible going on here. And Flash being a nuisance with his SCV, and Seiya trying to do the same with his. Both of them trying to stop each other from building a command center. It looks like it was just too much to micro for both players, to micro both sides for both players, and both the command centers do go up. But it was a little humorous to see. They're starting to see some pseudo PVZ action that ended up being in TBT. Gas is going up for both players here. And anything else going on here? No, not too much. Looks like the SCV for Seiya is coming home, and for Flash as well. Both of them almost dead, and they're going to high-five and say, good fight, yo. Good fight. Way to hang in there. But they're going to go home and heal up, and probably actually not heal up. Probably just going to go and start mining. Not even worth the minerals to go and heal up. And let's see. Factories should be starting any time now. Very, very soon, since those refineries are completed. And just so you know, once we get into the round of 8, which the first games were played recently, but I haven't talked to Varosh, so I don't know exactly whether we're going to do them, like, since all the set 1s were played, so I don't know if we're going to do all the set 1s or if we're going to wait until the series complete and then kind of turn it out series by series. Haven't really talked to him about that, but all of the round of 8 games are going to be dual casts, as long as it's reasonable for us to fit it into our schedule, which I think it will be. I think we'll be able to do that. So that will be a lot of fun. You'll get to hear a lot of dual casts between me and Varosh, and I miss those. Those were a lot of fun. There was a good like 6 months there where I didn't get any duels with Varosh, and it was very, very sad. But now that he's back, it's a lot more fun. Some of the most fun I've had in casting is dueling with various people. Varosh is definitely one of my favorites. We do have a couple facts coming up now for Flash inside of his main. And for Seiya, what have we got? I've actually done a good job of saying Seiya, not really. I've been pretty impressed with myself, to toot my own horn. Two factories for Seiya. But I've actually kept them straight pretty well, and I think the overall experience is better for everyone involved without me going really, 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 because really needs to really, really make sure that he really does this really well for really. So you don't hear any of that. Instead, with Seiya, I kind of have it a little more organized, and I think it works a little better. And so still cloned builds from both players with those two facts. Looking for machine shops maybe now. Maybe one will go double machine shop, one will go 1 or 0 machine shops. I don't know. I'm just waiting for a divergence in their build to see where the change will occur. It looks like Flash is actually going a little bit aggressive here with 3 Marines and a Vulture, and Seiya with only 2 Marines. Actually, it looks like maybe he went machines. Yes, he did go dual machine shop, so he doesn't have any Vultures out yet, doesn't have anything yet. So there we go. There is the divergence, and Flash with this aggression could do some damage. It's going to disrupt mining, that's for sure, as all the SCVs get pulled back, at least for now. Only one Marine left, and a tank has been produced for Seiya, and that should clean this up pretty easily. The tank able to just pour so much damage on should be able to finish this off, although his own SCVs are glitching out his own siege tank, which is not good, not what you want. And more Vultures coming in here for Flash. Going to do some more economic harassment here. Going to get into the main. Looks like that Vulture is going to die. Yes, it is going to go down to SCVs, but it did get a few kills. And this Vulture going behind the mineral lines is going to get a couple more kills as well. Going to disrupt that armory time as well. More Vultures continuing to pour in and still picking up more SCVs. Will this be enough? Is he doing enough damage? That is the question. He doesn't have his machine shop, so it's a question of has he done enough damage to equalize it to actually, he does have the machine shops now, and he's going to be catching up on upgrades. Going 4 fact now is he is. It's a matter of did he do enough damage to make up for the fact that his siege tanks is going to be later, his siege upgrade is probably going to be later. A lot of things are going to be later. Did he do enough damage? That's the question here for Flash. He definitely did some, and we're going to see how this develops. Flash with those 4 facts and that armory. And Seiya, was he still working off for 2? Did he throw up some more? I'm going to see whether he threw up some more. Probably did, because he, well, maybe not. With all the disruptive timing, maybe he doesn't have the money to throw up more. He is still working off of 2 facts in his academy now. Not sure what Flash is sending his way. Does have a couple Goliaths prepared in case that there's a Wraith follow-up, and there is not going to be a Wraith follow-up, so those Goliaths maybe not the wisest investment. And that second refinery for Flash not even being used right now with those 4 facts. He just wants all the minerals he can to pump as many Vultures as he can. So Flash going for the jugular right now, and here comes all the Vultures coming here, placing mines all around those tanks. Will they be able to take them down? Seiya microing as well as he can. Now tank going into his mineral line, and Seiya trying to micro, but there's just nowhere else for him to move. He's running out of places to move, and one of his tanks getting glitched. Behind his mineral lines, a couple of the tanks do go down, and that tank, what the hell happened to that tank? That tank getting glitched to hell. Oh my, what the? It couldn't move. I think it got glitched inside the mineral or inside the cliff, and that is unfortunate. Oh man, that is terrible for Seiya. I wonder if when if he has siege mode, if he can siege and then he'll maybe pop that out or something. But that is terrible that he's not going to be able to position that properly. And you can see that a little grimace in his face, a little clenching of the jaw. You could see that he was angry at the game, and there is still some luck despite everything else. There is still some luck in StarCraft, and unfortunately Seiya got majorly unlucky there with that siege tank being stuck inside of the cliff. Not going to be able to use that as he would really want. And that barracks under 100 or about 100 health has a SCV following it that's unable to repair it because it's still moving around too fast. And Flash looks like he's going to continue putting on pressure, bringing in some siege tanks now as a follow-up to these Vultures, and they've got about equal siege tanks, especially when you consider that the one for Seiya is basically a little more than useless, unable to move, unable to position itself properly. Flash taking his 3 o'clock base, so that will be his 3rd. And Flash with Vultures at the 6 o'clock position has more of them, and Seiya is going to lose a bunch of his Vultures and is going to be forced to retreat across the bridge. But he is going to probably be able to hold the bridge. We saw that Seiya putting his Vultures on the other side of the bridge, knowing that he can probably defend pretty well because AI is awful, terrible, egregiously useless on the bridges. And here come the Vultures for Seiya, looking to try and counter with his own damage with mines, but it looks like Vultures coming in for Flash, perfectly timed, flying in there, the Vultures coming in and able to protect those tanks. So not a good attack there by Seiya, not very successful. Flash able to come in with those Vultures and defend his tanks, and that was a huge play there. If Seiya was able to destroy those tanks, we could have seen a breakout by Seiya, maybe try and push out towards Flash, put some counter pressure on. But it's unable to do so. That 3rd pace for Flash is coming up right now, and he's going to have a big economic advantage. Seiya not even close to ready to even look to take a 3rd base right now, with that contain still being... I mean, it's really not that... Yeah, the contain is still definitely on, and he hasn't been able to take it out. And, I mean, a couple tanks do go down for Flash, a couple more going down for Seiya as well here. And now mines being placed all around Seiya's tanks, and they look like they're going to go off. Yes, they are. 2 more tanks go down to that mine, and Seiya... frustrated here. I think this is one of those games where I think Seiya is just frustrated with himself, with Flash, with the game overall. This is one of those games he GG's, types out, Seiya getting knocked out. I think this is one of those games where afterwards you hate the game. If I was Seiya right now, I would just hate the game. I would hate Flash. I would hate the game of StarCraft right now. I'd be angry at it for glitching my tank, for myself going double. I would be angry at everything, for going double machine shop when he went so many vultures. Be angry at Flash for not building any machine shop. You know, just the list of things for Seiya to be angry about in that game is going to be high. But he definitely played well in this series. The first two games were very, very well played. Even that last game was still pretty well played. But Flash is going to advance. He is going to be the robot Terran, and advances out of his this and going to the round of 8. So that's it for the round of 16. Going on to the round of 8, they will be coming at you later on. I will get in contact with Ro16, and we will be dual casting those. So try not to spoil yourself with the results, because we will be casting them. So look forward to that in the coming days. I will see you guys all later. GG's.